Who or what inspired you to start fighting?
Oh, my friend basically brought me to sword training grounds, and I saw the people that were really good, and I guess I thought it was fun, even though I like really sucked on my first few. I thought it was fun, and that's basically what made me want to sword fight.
Well, to be honest, it was because my friends were doing it, but then that was before I even knew what it was like really about. But then I got really into it, and I really liked to do it, and it was just became like a hobby.
I remember going to one of the old sword training maps. It was the very first one was Sword Training Grounds with King Loner, because he do all of his tournaments, and I saw one of my friends now, King Llama. He was sword fighting, and it just inspired me to start sword fighting because I thought it was really cool. I thought it was sick, and then he eventually started training me, and then it led me up to the point where I am now.
I just started fighting and I beat like one of the higher up people. So I was like, man, I could probably be pretty alright at this. So I did it. So I kept going with it.
I mean, I would probably say Sunless, as he wasn't the person that made me start sword fighting in the first place, but he was the one who encouraged me to sword fight more, and yeah,
Okay.
I would say Sunless was the person.
At first I was playing fucking paintball, man. I didn't really care, to be honest, but I didn't know it existed, and I just met some dude. You know, I think his name was fucking Demon Crusader or some shit. He was one of my friends. No, his name was Digital Demon, dude, and the way he killed this dude with this fucking knife in this jail map, bro, you know, it just looks so cool. I was like, fuck, let me see what's up with the sword fighting. The rest is like kind of history, bro. So I guess just to be in Game of Thrones character in video game, you know.
Motivation to get better.
Someone insulted me once, and then I didn't like that, so I beat them up, and then I wanted to kill pirates because he wasted a bunch of my time, and then I beat him up.
Okay, that's a good question, actually.
Broski, I
I
know
just
you.
wanted to
What the
get,
heck?
I thought it was
Shut
cool,
up.
and so I was like, let's get good
Damn.
at this. Now, yeah, that's basically, nothing really inspired me, I just wanted to.
Starting sword fighting was mainly just because I played a lot of Golden Trophy back when I was on screen mode, and I thought, oh, swords, cool.
Well, so I had already been friends with Athena, aka In. I have been friends with her for a very long time, and at the time I was in paintball leagues and I had no experience, but I always saw her in a sword league, a map called Sword League. So I was like, you know what? Let's try it out, and I fell in love. It was so much fun.
Nothing really inspired me, to be honest. It was more or less just a thing we did on the back end, because, you know, back in the day it was like the main thing, like clan-wise, like nobody really used guns or anything. It was all really just bows and swords.
Real life. Before I got into Recroom sword fighting, I was taking HEMA, which is historical European martial arts. It's basically knights. It's how the knights fought.
That's a hard question, actually. Hold on, let me think. So when I started sword fighting, it was very, very while back. So I was a bow guy back in the day, like an SO1 archer leader. But I decided to take up on sword fighting just by myself. So it was I would say the biggest thing that kept me going was the glory of sword fighting, of course. That would be the answer to that question.
Who have you looked up to the most while sword fighting?
Gotta say probably my grandfather, Little Devil.
That's a hard one to answer. I mean, I've looked up to a lot of people and it's changed throughout time, but the person that I have looked up to the most as a sword fighter, King Chaos or Ikari. Those guys seem like really good, and I like their personalities a lot. They didn't let like the clash of sword fighting change them either.
Probably Fake Birds. He's the number one, and I'm also good friends with him. I talk to him all the time, and people are saying how good he is. I've been trying to get better. That's why I came to this. I haven't been to tournaments sometime last year, and I'm trying to get as good as him right now.
I feel like I'd say, don't make fun of me. I'd say Sakura. Sakura is the swaggest.
I would say Sunless, as he was my first ever trainer back in the days, and you know, he taught me all of those god moves and just normal moves. So yeah.
In sword fighting, I would say I looked up to Yami, to Akari the most. My sensei, he's my teacher, you know. And I was already good when he taught me, but it was just, he made me so much better, you know. And like, he was so strong. Like, everyone else would get destroyed by me, bro. Back in the days, in my early days of sword fighting, like, I was still just exceptionally good. But him, I couldn't even get fucking close to him, bro. And it made no sense to me, you know, until he taught me. Me and Paradox actually fought each other for the right to be a student, and I won a long time ago. But yeah.
Actually, probably while I was learning, I'd say Coral, because my Recroom dad, he's been there for me the longest.
Me.
Alright.
Who I looked up to the most? Oh, Spudnik, Livewire, I like all the old top.
Livewire, my ass. My ass.
I have to say it, it's fake birds. The most.
Okay.
You have terrible role models.
Well, when I first started sword fighting, it was probably between In and the Dragon King, because those two people were very big influential on like my skill now. I was taught by both of them, so I would say either it's between those two.
Who have I looked at the most? At first it was Samurai Bro for a while, and then it was Paradox for a little bit, and then towards basically like the whole ending until, you know, I didn't really look up to anyone, it was more just myself. It was Pirates for the longest time.
Nobody.
Who do you think is the greatest Recroom sword fighter?
I'm not very familiar with all the good people back then, but I know the Dragon King, Paradox, and Frosty, I guess.
Definitely Yami to Ikari, because he came back and he still can wipe the floor with some people. And like I said before, he made a big imprint on the sword fighting community, and he never let it change him.
I would like to see either Birds or Baz. And to be honest, I wasn't even gonna come as us doing this because Baz took my ass. One of those two, but I would have to go with Birds.
Well, I didn't know many people before I started, so the best fighter, I don't have an answer on that.
That's fine.
Not really a
How
best
about
fighter.
you just say yourself?
Best fighters haven't gone against each other. Oh yeah, me.
Greatest sword fighter. I would maybe go with Yami to Hikari as you know, like his playstyle is I don't know what to say, but like I don't know. I just feel like he would have the title as Recroom's greatest sword fighter because I don't know, just his sword style like still keeps up today, and like I mean, it's like really hard to
Myself, really, which I mean that in like the most humble way possible.
Baz.
Livewire.
My ego tester would be me. But if we're being serious, I don't know.
Either between birds or Baz.
Oh, that's a really good question. As much as I would like to say it's myself, I sadly can't say that. So I'm gonna have to give that one to give that one to MC Lil Baz. He's quite the player.
Of history. Of all time. That's a really hard one. That's a really, really hard one. Of all time, I'd say the person that had the most come out of it and could have been the best for a long duration and could have basically beaten anyone would have been Zeldris.
Oh, that one's tough. That one's tough. It depends, really. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, but that one's a tough one, man.
You're gonna just say yourself. Just be a bit.
Me.
Who do you think are the current top 5 fighters?
I'm just gonna list them. This is not in order. I would say Ghost, Light, probably Jim is up there if he just got in a good lobby. Sakura and I guess, yeah, and
I think that would be Birds. Nothing to really compete with that. I haven't seen him get beat before in a tournament.
Probably Birds. Birds, Baz. I don't know that many people. Hold up. Light, he's pretty good. Livewire, he's pretty good. What is that, 4?
Yep.
I can't name a 5th. I can't think of anyone.
It's not really an order. I think there's just a group of like top fighters. Honestly, if they all had a fight, it would be on what happened in the fight, like what their mindset was going into it, more than like their skill.
In 5th place, we probably have in 5th place maybe Witches. Yeah, probably Witches. I don't know. 4th place could be Task Wolf or something. And then 3rd, I'd probably say Ghost. And 2nd could be maybe Birds, I think. And then 1st, I would say N.
Say me, Jake, which is Ren, which is my son. Coral, which is my grandson. Baz, he's number 4. And then Sakura.
Baz, Birds, Zeus, Ghost, and Dark.
Me, Birds, Livewire, Chaos, and maybe Mr. Good.
Me, Baz, Sakura, Chaos. That's 4, right?
was actually like, quite good.
Yeah, Mr. Good. I'll put Mr. Good.
I go high. Birds number 1, Baz number 2, Linner if they were good again.
Okay.
4 Sakura and 5.
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, I'll do a top 5. I think number 1 right now is Birds. Number 2 is between Sakura and Ghost. I would like to put myself at number 3, but I'm like number 3. Yeah, I'll put myself at number 3. Number 4 is... Oh, who is number 4? I'm gonna have to give that one to Sunless. And number 5 is... let's give it to Mr. Good.
I won't put anyone into order, but I can say I am in there. Then there would be Ghost would also be in there. I would say Birds is also over there. Then let me think. Alphadox, the first version, very old. You know, when he started sword fighting, he was the most dominant sword fighter of all time. You know, he would also be in there, like the old version. Now he's kind of doo-doo, but you know, if he just reminds himself what he used to do back in the day, he would still be as good as he was back then. And then the last one, did I say Livewire?
You didn't.
Maybe I didn't. Well, Livewire also would be there. That would be my top 5.
Top 5. I'd say, but this is obviously personal opinion. I'd probably say Baz, Revin, Birds, Cupish, probably Miracle.
Who you think? I don't know. Oh no.
Who do I think? Well, you can just do ones that are consistently good, or ones that were good, and you know that they can be good.
Birds, Birds, the only one I can think of right now as one. Birds. Do you still fight Baz? I'm gonna say Baz.
Sometimes.
If so, Baz.
Bazinga. I said Livewire.
Did Livewire? That's 3, right? Alright, so Birds, Baz, Livewire. For the Panda Man. Hell yeah, he's going to, he's going to, right? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. And then, for the effects, he's the best. No, I don't think he can beat. I don't think no one's beat him. And then, I don't know. So I'd probably like a light or something. Don't know.
Because of the community, because of the people surrounding it, because of how they act and treat others. But how much of a disrespectful systems that they've made to make it to the point where people are glorified over swinging a sword left and right.